Are you looking for the best smartphones available in the market at a certain price ranges? So here you are. This is my blog bit.ly/techcatchers, and I am today going to show you the best smartphones available at certain price ranges. So let's start with under 10,000 rupees. As you can see, it's Lenovo K3 Note. Let's check out its features. So here are the features with a dual SIM and a weight of 150 gram with a display of 5.5 inches, 401 ppi. And talking about its memory, internal memory, it's 16 GB inbuilt and 2 GB of RAM, whereas it also supports card slot up to 32 GB and a connectivity of 4G is supported. Well, talking about the camera rear camera is 13 megapixel with autofocus, and the front megapixel is 5 megapixel with one flash at the rear camera. Technical, to the technical, it supports the OS as 5.0 version of Lollipop with a 1.7 gigahertz as CPU, octa-core processor, and a GPU MALI T760MP2. Whereas it supports battery of 3000 mAh battery with a standby time of 31.3 days with an talk time of 36 hours. As you can see, it supports stunning features, so it's the best at its price range. Now let us go beyond that. But did you like Lenovo K3 Note? Tell me in the comment section below. Under 13,000, it's iPhone P8000 and both had stunning features. That's why it's a tie between their features. First, let's check out iPhone P8000. It has 3 GB of RAM, 16 GB of ROM. So, what makes the device the best? It has a weight of 160 gram only with a dimensions of 9.2 mm and supports memory card. It has a display of 5.5 inches with a 1080p into 1920p, a 64-bit. Battery life is also stunning. That's why I said it has stunning features. 4160 mAh battery, polymer with an OS of 5.1 Android Lollipop. Talking about the camera, rear camera has 13 megapixels with the front camera of 5 megapixels, dual SIM card, and Bluetooth 4.0. Let's come back and let's now check out the Moto G3. So the Moto G3 has stunning features too. If you are a need a water resistant smartphone, so here you go. The Motorola G3 has the feature of water resistant, so you can go for water resistant if you take in the washroom. It supports up to 1 meter and 30 minutes of time to support water resistant. Well, talking about its rest features, so it has a display quality of 720 into 1280p with a 5.0 inches of screen display and has a PPI of 294 and has supports multi-touch and has a protection of Corning Gorilla Glass 3. Now talking about its Android version, it's 5.1.1 Lollipop with a chipset of Qualcomm Snapdragon 410 and GPU Adreno 306, as it's a good GPU to run games. Memory card. So talking about the memory card, it supports micro SD up to 32 GB with an internal of 8 GB and 1 GB of RAM at the price range of 11,999 listed on Flipkart. But again, it has two variants. So the second variant is 2 GB of RAM, 13 GB of ROM, 12,919, only 1,000 of difference. So nevertheless, if you are go for the second variant, which is 12,999. Talking about the camera is same for both the feature variants. It's the rear camera is 13 megapixel with the front camera of 5 megapixel auto SDR. Talking about the features are again sensors, accelerometer, proximity sensor are the good in this price range. So the battery, I'm not with the battery that the smartphone has, but still, if you want to go for water resistant, that's best. But the battery life is not much bigger, not much smaller, so you can go it for it, as it is much bigger than the iPhone 6s and other Apple devices. But at this price range, it is good. 2470 mAh battery. Okay, under 15,000, it's none other than Asus Zenfone 2 ZE551ml, 2 GB of RAM, 13 GB of ROM. So let's check out its features. I'm sorry to say, I've connected this features site with GSM Arena, but to show you the best results, since I had not published the features on my blog, so I'm showing you the features in GSM Arena. Smartphone is 170 gram with a dimensions of 10.9 mm, supports dual SIM and has a capactive touchscreen, 16 million colors. Also has a screen size of 5.5 inches with 1080p into 1920p display, 401 ppi per inch per pixel per inch density. Multi-touch, supports multi-touch, yes. Talking about the protection, it has Corning Gorilla Glass 3 and also supports the OS Android Lollipop 5.0 with a chipset of Intel Atom Z3 580, 2 GB RAM. I'm talking about the 2 GB RAM model this time, so I'm taking the second. The GPU, it's the CPU, quad core 1 GHz, 2 GB RAM model. I told you. The GPU is the same, PowerVR G6430, and supports micro SD card up to 64 GB, and has an internal memory of 16 GB of ROM. Okay, let's check out the camera. The primary camera, the rear camera is 13 megapixel with the front camera of 5 megapixels. Has a dual flash at the rear camera. Talking about the features, the sensors. The sensors, it has many sensors: accelerometer, gyrometer, and proximity sensor, compass, and okay, it has a stunning battery life at this price range of 3000 mAh battery, Li polymer, so you can go for it. But let me tell you, it's Antutu benchmark, it's 44,996 around. As I checked on my device, it's clearly around 45,000. So you can go for this smartphone. It's better than all. 1,000, it's none other than Asus Zenfone Selfie. 32 GB of RAM. So let's check out its features. Okay, so I just linked with the blog, so maybe it has many more devices. So let's concentrate on the Asus Zenfone Selfie, which has a display of 5.5 inches of screen and 1080p of display, with a CPU of Qualcomm Snapdragon 615 octa-core 64-bit. Let me tell you, since it has a Snapdragon, so you may have a heating issue, but it's a game. It's also a bit camera focus device. So it has it has cameras, rear camera and front camera both 13 megapixels, and a dual flash at rear camera and front camera. It also supports autofocus with different SDR and other modes, since it is a selfie mode. I told you the camera, as the name suggests. So but again, the storage is also good. 32 GB of storage. It is the second variant that I'm talking about. 17,999 listed on Flipkart. uh, Expandable up to 128 GB, as it supports memory card. The RAM, I am again talking about the 3 GB of RAM. So the 3 GB of RAM variant is 17,999 with a battery life of 3000 mAh. Now let's check out 20,000. Under 20,000, it's Asus Zenfone 2 ZE551 ml, 4 GB of RAM, 32 GB of ROM. So let's check out its features. Okay, it's loaded. So let me tell you, it has a RAM of 4 GB and 32 GB of ROM, and a CPU of 2.3 gigahertz with a screen size of 5.5 inches and a capactive touch screen, 16 million colors, and a resolution of 1080p into 20p with a 401 ppi per pixel per inch display. I mean density. Multi-touch, it supports multi-touch. Protection, Corning Gorilla Glass 3. And again, the Android Lollipop. And the CPU is, we are taking the first quad core 2.3 gigahertz 4 GB RAM model. And the GPU is the same, PowerVR G6430. And the camera is the same, 13 megapixel back and the front 5 megapixels. And the battery life is again the same, 3000 mAh battery. Before that, I'm letting you know that the it's AnTuTu benchmark is also good, 48,900 and 900. It's around 49,000, so you can go for it. It's also the best. Before going to under 22,000, I just want to show you that under 20,000, it also has the best smartphone is named as Moto X Play. It has a much competition on the Moto X Play and the Asus Zenfone 2. So let's check out its features. Moto X Play has a weight of 1 grams and a screen size of 5.5 inches and 1080p into 1920p, but a RAM of only 2 GB and a ROM of 16 or 30. I'm talking about the 32 GB. 32 GB of ROM. Okay, since the price tag is 19,999, so it's the same as Asus Zenfone 2. And let's check about the camera. The camera is bit higher than Asus Zenfone 2. It's 21 megapixel the rear back camera, and the front it's 5 megapixels. And let's check about the OS. It supports Android, and it has the stock UI. As you know, Moto always provides you the stock UI, whereas Asus always gives you Asus launcher in the starting. It also has a good battery life, 3630 mAh battery, so you can also go for it. But see if you like it, and compare, don't compare, since both are the gaming smartphones. So who performs better? Check out. Okay, ending here, I will give you the other price ranges under 22,000. I will be just showing you in my next video. Till then, stay tuned, and if you have any queries, just comment me down below, and I provided a link of my website bit.ly/techcatchers in my description below. Hit a like button if you like the video, and thank you.